Today, I want to talk about the job market and interviews. As many of you know, job market has been hot lately, and many of you have been getting some calls, whether you're a student trying to find your first job or a professional trying to get a new opportunity. While this is all exciting, some people started getting a little nervous. How do I prepare for an interview entirely in English in a couple of days, especially those who don't think their English is great? If you're also feeling nervous, I have good news for you. If you start preparing now, and in 7 days, yes, in 7 days, you can also be well prepared for an all-English interview. But usually, you must go through the behavior round first to advance to that stage, which is why if you're preparing for a job search, start with the behavioral questions first. Some of you might say, 7 days? Heather, are you kidding me? How do I even improve my English in 7 days? Well, I'm sure you've seen many people scoring high on GRE, GMAT, LSAT, but barely speak English. Interview is the same. It's not about how great your English is. Rather, it is about being able to showcase who you are, what skills you can bring to the company, and why you are a good fit culturally. So with the right preparation strategy, you can also nail a 30-minute interview without being the best English speaker in the room. I'll talk more about how we prepare in 7 days in my upcoming class. But here is a summary of our strategy. Day 1, review your resume and prepare to walk me through your resume question. Make sure to find those past work or school projects you've done that are related to the job you're applying for, because this is the kind of question you must be able to answer to prove your competency. They can be asked in 2 ways. Tell me about what you did at your previous job. Or situational. Give me an example of a financial analysis project you've done in the past. You must be really clear talking about your experience, and that's how you appear competent and confident, which is the #1 thing your employer is looking for. Day 2, research the company, its industry, key competitors, products, and services. After that, read your job description carefully and know what skills it is asking for. It's really important to know all this information so you can speak intelligently about why you want to work here and why you are a good fit. The worst thing you can do is to give a very generic answer. For example, when I was an interviewer at Barclays, I asked someone who's interviewing for my team, why do you want to work for Barclays and why do you think you're the best candidate? And she said, because you're an outstanding global investment bank and I am an analytical team player. This answer is so generic. You can use that for almost any investment bank's interview, right? So answers like this is a waste of time. Day 3 and 4, nail your behavior questions. Behavioral questions account for about 80% or more of your interview questions. Not to mention these days, there are more higher view interviews, which means the variety of behavioral questions that gets asked have also increased. For example, you might have been asked something like this before. Give me an example of how you lead a team. Or, have you worked in a difficult team before? How did you handle it? These are 2 questions related to teamwork, but they can also come in other shapes or forms. For example, what is your leadership style? In a team setting, are you always the leader or the follower? Or, how do you resolve conflict in a team setting? So if you treat them as individual questions, you will not be able to prepare them in a couple of days. What you need to do is to map out the family tree of these questions and then prepare them as a group. Groups as in teamwork, leadership, communication, problem solving, etc. This way, you can be smart and efficient about your preparation. Day 5. Today is the day to let the rubber hit the road. This is a saying to say, let's practice. I suggest doing a mock interview with someone you trust. That could be a friend, a career coach, alumni working in the industry. So mock interview the questions you prepared in days 1 to 4. This gives you a little bit of break and also help you see where you might need to focus a bit more on. Day 6, prepare the must-know technical questions. For example, how do you build a DCF model, or what's the relationship between the 3 financial statements if you were applying for investment banks? If you're interviewing for a PM job, they may ask you, what is your favorite app and why? The good news is that there are a lot of these free resources online. So when you come to class, I can also share a lot of these questions with you. Day 7, the final day of preparation. How exciting! You're so close. I recommend doing another mock interview. Also think about two more things. One is, what questions do you have for your interviewer? And two, what would you say if you're being asked a salary expectation question? For both of these questions, you might need to do a little research and prepare some notes for yourself. So, 7 days may seem short, but it is not about how much time you prepare. It's about how smart you prepare. It's never too late to prepare for your interview because the recruiter from your dream company might be calling next week. Take actions with me, and you be ready for those big opportunities. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in class.